Good morning, Tentoes family. It's your boy Tony, and you're watching TentoezTV. Yo, I just want to say thank you very much for all the new subscribers. The last video I just said that we had like 63, 4 subscribers, and now we have 70, so we're on the move to 100. Yo, if you like entertaining content, you like reactions, gameplay, and we're gonna be doing story time, so you gotta be sure to check out story time. Like and subscribe to the channel. We offer an escape of reality. And yo, 10 toes family. 10 toes just means to stay, strong minded and stay grounded. But yo, without further ado, let's get into the video. These are some really disturbing ones today. And it's entertaining, so let's get to it.
What's the CIA's most disturbing experiment?
They had a experiment that they did in Canada, and I am never so many times people are like, "Oh, well, you must know all about this MK Ultra project and names and dates and locations." I'm not a historian. I don't give a shit about 99% of MK Ultra. I care about the techniques and the methods and the protocols and stuff that were a result of MK Ultra. I'm not like, let me go fact check and get everybody's name right and dates. I don't have any of that because it was never important to me. But they did this thing in Canada, and I can't remember the guy's name, but they took people coming in for just normal appointments, like I have postpartum depression or I have anxiety, and they would against their will do this thing called psychic driving. Had nothing to do with being psychic; it just meant psychic of the mind. And they would give them massive, prolonged doses of LSD, and in some cases tape their eyes open like Clockwork Orange and play these videos in front of their face all the time. And they thought it was going to like reprogram their brain somehow. But what happened was a lot of the people had,
Yo, let me
uh,
pause it right there. Yo, that's actually that's bad. That's actually very scary. They were just taking people and just, forcing their eyes open and dropping, that stuff in their eyes. So MK Ultra, right? It's basically an experiment that they did that they would give, their science people, they would give them doses of, what's on there. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but they would give them doses and they would basically try to control their mind through substance. And it was wrong. It was a CIA experiment. Let's get to it.
had to learn how to walk again. They couldn't control their bladder. They had to learn how to control their urine and stuff like that again. Some of them lost 30, 40 years of memories from their life. And these were people who checked into a clinic for like anxiety, and this was funded by MK Ultra, and it was in Canada. And it's so well known and it's so open that even the Canadian government paid the people's families who just got wrecked because of this thing. And the other thing they did, um, and there's so much mind warfare stuff that we could go into, but they did this thing called Project Midnight Climax in a brothel. And these Johns would come in like they're like, well, I want to spend the night with this hooker. They take them up. The hookers take them up to a hotel room. They drug these dudes with high doses of LSD, and there are mirrors in these hotel rooms with dudes watching. Like behind a mirror in the hotel room, there's scientists watching this stuff and watching what takes place. That is the most bizarre and weird thing I've ever even heard
That's
of. They
very
could experiment
disturbing.
with LSD on a lot of people. Then they did it with soldiers, and the British Royal Air Force did this with, or British Army did this with LSD, and LSD was just like the rave of the time because the CIA thought it might be this miracle mind control drug because these videos were coming back from the Korean War of these Americans getting brainwashed and stuff. So they're like, there is something happening to these Americans that we don't have the technology to do. So it was a psychological arms race, or so we thought it was. It was just basic stuff. It was like very basic brainwashing stuff
What
that
were the results of that midnight? Uh,
nobody knows.
no,
Let me
Nobody
pause it
knows.
right there. Yo, if that's basic, imagine what's not basic. That's basic brainwashing stuff, is what he just said right there. Trying to manipulate and control you from your brain psychologically. Imagine everything that's going on in the world today. They still messing with us, trying to see how far they can get away with stuff. You think the Mandela effect is because we're jumping timelines in universe? Nah, it's because they're trying to see how much they can get away with, how much they could change for our from our reality, and what people are gonna look crazy and what people are not gonna look crazy. It's all a social experiment. We're all just an experiment to us, to them. Let's get to it.
Yeah, I think it was just studying the effects of LSD and the effects of what they call interrogative suggestibility. So, can I make you confess to stuff? Can I get intelligence out of you if you're a captured asset of some kind?
Hmm.
And I don't think they published anything afterwards, like some after action report or anything.
Because it didn't work. They just
Let me
got
tell you a
those
true story.
boys
Be simple
messed
and watch
up.
this video to the end. Something is going on in St. George. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go.
Just what in the book of Enoch is this thing?
What is that?
I'm on the island of St. George
Gargoyle?
Island and rode by and saw this Baphomet-looking thing.
It's not a game.
And if you read the sign behind him, it tells you that there are 3 of these on St. George Island.
3 of them? Come on.
They want you to take a selfie with this thing. I'm not going to do that.
Me either.
And it tells you that he's guarding you from hurricanes.
What?
And not me. I'm going to trust in the one true God, Yahweh, the creator of heaven and earth.
Facts.
And I just renounce and rebuke this thing in Jesus' name.
What the hell is that? Did you see that?
Yeah, doesn't check
They
out.
said that it's guarding us from hurricanes. Then they said there's 3 of them on that island. Shut up! You know what time is it, guys? That ain't guarding us from nothing. Just playing around, guys. That's what they said. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know why that statue's there, but it's there, but it's all good because it's been there, and there's 3 of them. Shut up! It's not a game on here, guys. That reminds me of a gargoyle. Remember? Shut up! Or that could be a FA. What if at nighttime? Don't you say it. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on here, guys. You know what time is it? That statue looks pretty cool. They said to take a selfie next to it. Why is that? Shut up! Why? So you can let everybody know you was at St. George and you had such a wonderful vacation. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on here, guys. You know what time is it? But I tell you one thing. If I ever go to St. George and I see that same statue and they telling me to take a selfie next to it, I'm good, bro. I'm just gonna take a selfie with my girl.
Shout out, true story. Very entertaining.
So what they do is they get this rotten tuna and then they feed it into this.
Okay, yo, let me pause
red-
it right there. Okay, yo. So viewer discretion is advised if you guys are very big fish eaters, tuna eaters, you know. And I'm not saying, I mean, this is probably going to turn tuna off for you. You know, when I was working out and in my body building journey and all that, I used to eat a lot of tuna because it has a lot of natural creatine in it. You know, creatine's good for your muscle growth and your muscle repair and recovery and so on and so forth, ... But this right here, they're basically grabbing rotten, dead old tuna, right? And they're basically embalming it like, you know, what we do when we're having the services. And so they're making it healthy again, you know, taking the smell away, giving its color and putting it in dye and all that kind of stuff and giving it back out to the people. So, yo, viewer discretion advised. If you love fish or tuna or whatever, don't watch this segment. But, yo, let's get to it and just check it out.
Chemical dye and inject it through it, which gives it turns it from the brown poopy color that you see into a bright red color that never goes away. So even if the fish is completely rotten, it'll still look completely fresh because they're injecting this dye and then soaking it in this dye, chemical dye, to give it the illusion of being fresh ahi. And the part coming up that most people miss in this video is coming up here in a minute. They're gonna inject carbon monoxide gas into the bags and then let the fish marinate in that carbon monoxide gas for however many hours so it soaks all the way through it. I don't know how bad carbon monoxide is for people to eat, but I do know that it keeps the fish from smelling or tasting rotten to the extent that people can actually die. It can get so rotten that people can actually die and never have tasted or smelled that it's bad because the carbon monoxide.
Exactly, and that's very wrong. Watch yourselves,
Morbid
guys.
Facts, Part 191. In 1988, actor Gary Busey was in a motorcycle accident where he collided headfirst into concrete without wearing a helmet. The accident fractured his
Ouch.
skull, resulting in permanent brain damage, and Busey even said he briefly went to heaven. Years later, Gary refused to perform a scene set in heaven because he said the set design looked nothing like the real heaven that he visited. In the winter of 2014, a 4-year-old Colorado girl named Naomi was at the park with her family. While they weren't paying attention, she apparently wandered off and walked over a frozen pond before falling through. This photo captured her final footsteps before she broke through the ice and sadly drowned. There's a woman who's literally fearless due to an extremely rare genetic condition known as Urbach-Wiethe disease. The disorder results in the hardening of the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for fear response. Researchers exposed her to numerous terrifying experiences, and not a single one of them scared her.
That's badass. Imagine if I had that shit, no fear.
KFC. You gotta be kidding me. Crispy berry. Taste it today.
Okay,
The
let me
brand
pause it
new
right there.
taste-
All right, guys, is this a stretch? Is this a reach? Because I've never seen this. I've never seen no pink KFC crispy berry. I mean, at least not at my locations. So, yo, I don't know what this is, but guys, don't eat this shit. This is the caca. And this is more experiments. They're just seeing what they can get away with, seeing what they could feed you, because every day there's not enough meat in the world to feed all of us, guys. That's real. So of course there's gonna be genetically modified vegetables, fruits, meats, or whatever. You just gotta be very, very careful on what you're eating. You know, like a wise man once said, if you can hardly, pronounce any of the ingredients, it's probably not good for you. The ingredients has more than like 10 letters, it's probably not good for you. Let's get to it.
of KFC. Wow, strawberry chicken. What the? KFC got strawberry chicken now, guys. You can't make this up. Now, I'm used to a strawberry milkshake, strawberry shortcake, but strawberry chicken? This is different. Clearly, KFC is not playing no games. They coming back. So you better go down there and try that strawberry chicken. I'm so curious to find out how it tastes. I ain't gonna front, I might go try it. Shh, shut up! KFC is taking over. Nobody could top KFC. Strawberry chicken? Come on, bro. It's not a game out here. New taste alert. Who's gonna taste it? Are you? Cause I am. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just letting everybody know that KFC now has strawberry chicken. Wild strawberry to be exact. I don't know, guys. Are you gonna go try this? Let me know. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but if it is, I'm going there today to try this out. KFC, you're the best at making chicken. I gotta go.
Yeah, no, that's just disgusting. Don't do it, guys.
You can't get a straight answer out of anybody.
I want to get the answers. And wasn't getting up. Be candid with you. Wasn't getting.
Yo, let me pause it right there. Guys, so the Navy, right, has this crazy energy weapon, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I forgot exactly what it's called, but I'm gonna post it right here. Oh, don't mind my remote. That's just how I pause and start the video. But yeah, so I'll post it right there. That's an energy weapon. Now, so this energy weapon, right, has the capability of burning things from long, long distances because it's basically a focus beam. When you get a magnifying glass and you put the sunlight toward it, the direct energy burns whatever's there. That's basically what it is with, minus the sunlight. It's just like electricity or plasma energy, or I forgot what it is, but so basically, this is what caused, hypothetically, right? Because it's just a theory and speculation for entertainment purposes only, YouTube and, TikTok, anybody. So this direct energy weapon has the capability of burning everything. So this is what basically hypothetically started the California fires, right? because they want to do that smart city. So now that laser burns all colors but blue so far of what they know about. And it's just, let's get to it. Yo, if you know, you know. Yo, like and subscribe. Let's get to it. Watch this, watch this. And yo, let me pause it right there. Yo, I feel like when it comes to the US and China, I feel like so the US is better in a lot of other things, right? But Chinese infrastructure is amazing. Now, I feel like the US would sacrifice a lot of their own infrastructure to start rebuilding new infrastructure, because they would have to go through the process and legal battles and this and that just to get one building built. So, shit, I ain't gonna go through that trouble. Let me just forcefully get them out real quick so we can start building real quick. You know what I mean? Speculation and theory, hypotheticals. Let's get to it. Yo, what does that say in Spanish, anybody? But that's crazy.
You think your grocery prices are bad? Look at my grocery prices.
Oh my God. Nothing is single digits. Oh, besides that. Jeez. Progresso soup $6. Spaghetti sauce
I'm here to show
$12.
you guys my
Oh
grocery
my
prices.
God.
I don't feel bad about yours.
She stepped right in just to make a video, guys, and stepped right out grocery lists. I'm from Arizona. The groceries are, not as bad as that, but they're getting up here. That's a lot. Damn, I feel bad.
Do you
for
understand what I'm
Hawaii.
saying to you?
Chinese.
Yes. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Do you speak a little English?
My English no good, sorry.
So you don't know anything I'm saying right now?
A little.
A little bit?
A little.
Okay. Where are you coming from?
California.
Where's
You're
part one?
coming from California tonight.
Where
were you coming from tonight?
Huh?
Where were you driving from tonight? Where are you coming from?
Florida.
Florida, okay.
Miami.
You were coming from Miami tonight?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let me
where are you
pause it
headed
right
to?
there. Okay, that's kind of messed up on the cops end, because obviously you can tell you don't speak no dang English. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, like, do your best to try to, assess the situation, but obviously you don't speak English. Is there not like a way you can call somebody and translate? Is there not a way that you can go on your phone and, AI translate what he's saying in Chinese to American? Like, come on, there's ways to do this. So, yo, shame on the cop, because that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Or I'm sorry, you two, for my language. That's messed up. I'm gonna just bleep that part out. But yeah. So that's messed up. You know what I mean? Like, all right, let's get to it. Let's see what's going on.
Huh?
Where are you going? Where are you driving to?
Miami.
You're driving to Miami.
I just travel.
Do what?
Trevor.
Who's Trevor?
Yeah, travel to there.
Who's
Okay, yo, let me pause it right
Huh?
there. I just traveled. In the way he said it, because he has that accent. He said Trevor. Trevor. And she's like, "Who's Trevor?" "Yeah, who you coming from Trevor's?" "No, he's traveling. He just traveled." All right, let's get to it.
What about Trevor?
Trevor.
Okay, I'm
Hemingway. To go to Hemingway.
You went to Hemingway?
Yeah.
Where at?
Huh?
Where at?
To there.
Where's there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hemingway.
where is
This
that?
is embarrassing.
Okay.
There is Florida.
Okay.
Sorry, my English no good. Sorry.
Okay, so the reason why I'm stopping you is because your speed, okay? You flew past me. Once I got behind you, I got you going up to 69, okay? It's 49 miles per hour here. You were driving 69, probably faster than that, okay?
No, sorry.
Okay.
It's no.
That's the first thing, okay?
Okay.
Next thing, have you had anything to drink tonight? Drink.
No.
You've had nothing to drink tonight?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. No drinking.
No, you haven't had anything to drink?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I can smell it coming
Okay,
from your
let me pause
breath.
it right there. He's agreeing that he had nothing to drink. You had nothing to drink? Yeah, he's agreeing that he had nothing to drink. Oh, so you did have something to drink, right? If she don't get her ass out of the police department, she sucks. Boo. Let's get to it.
Smell.
I smell it off of you.
What is smell?
I smell alcohol.
Okay.
Off your breath. You don't gotta get closer to me. Okay?
What?
You don't.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
You don't gotta get closer. I smell.
water.
Okay,
You
let me pause
say-
it there. I smell alcohol right on your breath. So okay, well here comes smell my breath. No, you don't gotta get closer to me. Women are complicated. Y'all need to get out of the damn police department. I'm just kidding. That was just a joke. There is, good police officers that are women. Let's get to it.
Again.
Do you understand?
He doesn't understand,
The
obviously,
shit I'm
lady.
about to show you is about
That's
to
funny as
blow
shit.
your mind. So scientists took it upon themselves
This
to
is
bring back an
crazy.
animal that was extinct for 10,000 years. You heard what I said? 10,000 years. Matter of fact, look at this shit.
All right, yo,
Look
let me
at this
pause it
shit.
right here. Yo, he's not wrong. So scientists took it upon themselves. Here, I'm gonna post a little article right here. But science took it upon themselves to create dire wolves, right? And I think that's a beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong, but that's not good at the same time. Like if they can recreate something that's extinct for 10,000 years, imagine what they can recreate in a larger scale. This is getting out of hand, guys. This is getting really out of hand. And all you scientists out there, I don't know what's going on, but y'all are creating things that were extinct for 10,000 years. Imagine what if you guys create the wrong thing? But watch, let's get to it. They are beautiful animals. Let's get to it.
Listen
The
to what he's
howl
saying.
of a dire wolf hasn't been heard on planet Earth for more than 10,000 years.
10,000 years.
That's because the species is extinct, or was. Colossal Biosciences is a Dallas-based company that's using genetic engineering to de-extinct long-gone species.
You just heard what he said? He said that scientists are going to start bringing back species that's been going for years. Who gave you the authority to do that? Not God. And what are they planning on bringing back next? Think about that. They just brought back a set of wolves that haven't been here for 10,000 years. That's not crazy to you? They're saying that these wolves went extinct around the Ice Age. So okay, they went extinct around the Ice Age. How did you get their DNA? And now that they're here, what do you plan on doing with them?
China just got hit with a 125% tariff. They're the only country that
wait, give me 1
lost.
second.
And they lost big. And that's the point. China never picked up the phone. Instead, they retaliated. The rest of the world, our allies, wouldn't stop calling.
These countries are calling us up, kissing my ass. They are dying to make a deal. Please, sir, make a deal. I'll do anything. I'll do anything, sir.
Trump created maximum leverage
That's how the junkies used to hit my door back in the day. Yeah, that was creepy. I don't even know what to say about that.
We need to investigate everybody who worked on Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
This is crazy.
Because somebody who was in that room is a time traveler, and I am sure of that. If I were to tell you 13 years ago a game developer would predict the future, you'd probably call me crazy, right? But stay with me. You see, Black Ops 2 was released in November of 2012, and in every single Call of Duty game, there's a campaign. And in the campaign of Black Ops 2, China and the United States are in a Cold War. But why exactly did China and the United States get into a Cold War? As it says right here, it's because China stopped exporting rare earth elements, which is something that sounds ridiculously insane, like that would never happen. Only yesterday, that's what China did. You may be thinking, oh my gosh, this is a reach. It's a video game who said sometime in the future this would all happen. But it gets even crazier when you realize when Black Ops 2 was set. Because in this video game, it's not set in 2012. In fact, it is set in the year 2025, as in the year 2025 that we are in. Meaning that 13 years ago, the game development team that was building Black Ops 2 accurately predicted all of this down to the exact year that this is happening.
No, I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty scary if you think about it.
Nobody has talked about CERN at all lately. Have you noticed that? But guess what? They're back up to
For
their
real.
shit and nobody has said nothing. Because guess what? They turned that shit back on in December of 2024. They pushed the boundaries of physics.
Yo, let me pause it
yet
right there.
again.
Yo, if you guys don't know what CERN is, they have basically a giant hadron collider, and what they do is they move particles through these tubes, right? And they shoot the particles to almost the speed of light, and they're a lot of particles, and they're ran through different tubes, and at the end of their the desired speed, they clash these particles together to try to create things that we haven't seen before, or try to create new science breakthroughs, or try to create or recreate the Big Bang, or how the universe does tap in, or whatever. You know what I mean? They're trying to do all that through this hadron particle collider. Now, so what happens when they collide these particles? Supposedly, hypothetically, this is just entertainment purposes only, YouTube. Basically, they create wormholes and portals, and this, that, and the third, dot, 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 or shift our timeline, and that's part of what they said the Mandela effect is. But I don't really believe that part. What can you believe nowadays? But let's get to it.
Literally. They ramped up that large hadron collider to an insane 6.8 tera electron volts per beam, the highest energy level ever achieved. But here's where it gets really fucking weird, man.
Oh,
Not
let
long
me pause it
after,
right there. Highest energy level achieved. Imagine when, us regular civilians, we're just doing our thing, it's nighttime and we see the lights flicker all crazy, or all our powers go off or whatever momentarily. You think it's because places like that are using the electricity from the grid, and it's pulling so much electricity that it causes everybody else's in the world to flicker? Let's get to it.
reality felt off, wouldn't you say? Darker, more
It did.
chaotic, almost like we're even in the same world anymore. Could you agree? So what does the energy level even mean?
Yeah.
The LHC works by smashing tiny particles together at nearly the speed of light. These collisions recreate conditions from like the Big Bang Theory, meaning they briefly open up states of matter that haven't existed in our universe for billions of years. So this past December, they restarted it. They pushed these collisions into new limits, releasing more energy than ever before. But what if those high energy collisions didn't just create particles? What if they disturb something we can't see? Something dark, like dark matter. Dark matter is one of the biggest mysteries in physics. We know it's there because it holds galaxies together with its gravitational pull, but it doesn't interact with light, making it completely invisible. Some scientists think it could exist in multiple dimensions, meaning it might not just be influencing space. It could be influencing time and reality itself. And here's where it gets really fucked up and unsettling. If dark matter plays a huge role in the structure of reality and CERN is pushing higher energy levels than ever before, it is possible that they nudge something, shifting us ever so slightly into another version of our world, the most fucked up world we have seen in a long time. Since December, things have been just not right. I think you could admit that. People have been angrier. Reality has felt more distorted, more division, more chaos, more people acting like they're running on completely different frequencies. And weirdly enough, this isn't the first time people have felt a shift from a CERN experiment.
Let me tell y'all a true story. Be so boom, watch this video to the end. What is this guy talking about? This video is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go.
Let me show you all this video I just took. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Exactly. Come on.
Alright guys, this sun right here is 93 million miles away.
It is.
Look how close I can zoom in on it.
How?
Now this is with the Nikon P900.
Okay. It's a good camera. Shh.
Hey, you all see those specs on there? What is that?
Get ready.
93 million miles away.
93 million miles away? That's far. Come on!
I don't know, does that look like a burning ball of fire to you?
It does.
93 million miles away? I don't think so.
Shh. Shut up! Now, I don't know how far the sun is. You know why? Because I don't think about that when I wake up in the morning. All I know is that the sun sets and the sun rises. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what
Big
that guy's
facts.
talking about. But if they said it was 93 million miles away, then it's 93 million miles away. Shh. Shut up! Listen, bro. Where did you get that camera from, actually? Shh. Shut up! That was a good camera. What kind of lens is that? Stop playing with me, son. It's not a camera, you guys. And you know
Hey,
what
you
time
know
it
what?
is.
Let me pause it right there. Yo, so the Nikon P90 or whatever it's called, P900 or something, they banned that camera. The one that's used in this video right here, they banned that camera. Why? You know what I mean? Let's keep getting to it.
The sun is real far away. And it's real hot. You can't go that close to it, bro. Who told you you can? Shh. Shut up! Listen, we shouldn't be
But
worried
is
about
it?
things like that. The sun set, the sun rises. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game out here, guys. You know what time is it? But I tell you one thing. If somebody ever tells me that the sun is 93 million miles away, it is, bro. You're right. Well, I don't know if you are.
That's it. Yo, 10 Toes family. That was the video. And these are a lot of disturbing videos. Like, this is probably one of the most deserving videos, compilations I put to date, 2025. Yo, I don't know what you guys feel about this, but yo, make sure to leave comments down. Let everybody know how you feel. You know, we can have conversations, try to figure this out, because I don't understand a lot of this stuff. And who even knows if it's real? It could be, it couldn't be. That's the problem with nowadays. It's getting more scary out here. The world is becoming a very strange place. But yo, thank you, subscribers. If you guys like the video and you haven't subscribed yet, more than welcome to join the family and the collective. You know, we're growing every single day, and we're building a collective of strong-minded individuals. But other than that, yo, have a nice rest of your day. Make sure to eat your breakfast and drink your water. Also, smoke healthy for your lungs. But later, 10 Toes family, on to the next one.